let's land this plane. When it comes to this series, here are more brands and my favourite bag from each brand. Hello, and the warmest of welcomes to today's video. For those of you who haven't seen my face before, hi, I'm Nick, fab to have you here. For those who have seen my face before, thank you so much for joining me again. I hope you enjoy my videos. I put out videos roughly 2 to 3 times a week on a range of different topics, anywhere from fashion to slightly more personal topics. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, please do head down, hit subscribe and turn on notification bell. I love chatting with you all. I'm all about living life loud, and what that means to me is being your authentic self, being proud to be you, and just celebrating who you are. Celebrating yourself, and of course, celebrating others. There we have it. Poppy always has to make her presence known, doesn't she? Whether she's, jumping all over the furniture, using the litter tray, whatever that might be, she has to make sure that she's part of the video in some capacity. But let's quickly chit-chat about a couple of things. So, my bag of the day and what I've been using all week since I bought it is the Gucci Off the Grid top handle tote. I think this is what they call the medium size, but it is a big bag. I don't know if they made a bigger version of this. I believe it came in black, yellow, orange, I want to say. This is probably 4 or 5 years old, I think, this collection, and it has a sustainability aspect to it, which I love. I'm very passionate about sustainability where I can be. Very passionate about sustainability where I can be. It's a great bag. I've been using it all week. I've really enjoyed it. So this was a very good purchase. I bought this from Designer Exchange. I shared the unboxing with you recently, or unbagging, whatever it is that you want to call it. I also shared the shopping vlog, and this is a piece that is replacing like multiple pieces in my collection that, to be honest, are still sat on the dining table and need to go. So yes, but I've been loving this. This is a really good bag. Really good bag. I did get asked in the reveal of it, if it wasn't designer almost, am I paying for anything over and above the brand? Like, is there, if it wasn't Gucci, would it be anything particularly special? And I was very honest in the reply to the comment where I said, no. I think that there's pretty much anything that this bag does, I feel like any other brand could do for a fraction of the price. But I'm also okay to pay for the brand. That's fine for me. Like, I'm okay to admit that if this wasn't, a designer brand, a luxury brand, I would be less interested in it. But I'm interested in it because I like the design, I like the brand, I like the fact that it's Gucci. Like, I'm okay to admit that. So, and I got it for a good price. So there we have that. Also, fun little bougie item, because I've been loving, it breaks all the rules where people say don't buy the small items and all of that. They're you don't get as much for your money. Breaking all those rules. But when my fabulous friend Steph was clearing out a few pieces, she posted on her Instagram handbagaholic closet, which I will share here, a couple of pieces that she was looking to get rid of. And whilst I didn't need to bring a bag into my collection, as much as there were a couple that I was eyeing up, I decided to purchase this little piece from her, which is just the Saint Laurent coffee cup. And it's really fun. I like it. Is it excessive? Sure. This has my iced coffee in it. But I do really like it. I think it's fun. I think it's bougie, and I like the odd sort of bougie little item. I've got things like my Moschino umbrella, this, obviously the LV 6-ring key holder. You don't need luxury derivatives of these items, but sometimes you just want them. So this is fun. I've been eyeing up a Versace one for a while, and that was £100, something like that, maybe a little bit less. I think maybe in the sale it was 80, something along those lines, but still felt a bit excessive. And then when I saw Steph was getting rid of this, I thought, I'll take it. The one fun thing with this, though, is the cleaning instructions. You can't clean it with dish soap. No. The lid has to be cleaned with either 3 lemon wedges, and it's very specific, 3 lemon wedges, or toothpaste. So, oh well. The price you pay for trying to be bougie and extra. Anyway, that's where we're at with that. So let's talk about more pieces that I absolutely love from brands. So I mentioned how I've been doing this as a little bit of a series. At some point I might come on to my least favorites. I think I will do that. But let's round out some of the favorites. And I knew that there was a significant number of brands that I had missed, and there are still brands that I'm sure I've missed. And if you happen to have watched any of these videos recently and know which ones I've missed, please do let me know. But I'm doing my best here. I'm doing my best. But let's get into it. Okay, these are absolute favorites. And I am in love with, yes. So let's go to Roberto Cavalli. They call this Black Bag with Snakes. I feel like they could be more creative with the names. Given how gorgeous and intricate and stunning this piece is, they could have given it a better name. But this is absolutely beautiful. It is artwork in a bag. Roberto Cavalli, some of their pieces, the raw bag, the black bag with snakes, this is just stunning. The way that they have done that chain and the strap, the way that that handle is artwork. I would love to own one of these as an artwork bag. I think it's absolutely exceptional. You would not use it very often, but if you're looking for a black tie bag, let's say that you're someone who's really looking for a mini Kelly. Good for you if you're looking for a mini Kelly as your black tie formal bag, whatever that may be. I think, and do not take me down for saying this is 10 times prettier than a mini Kelly. And it is a third of the price. Resale, it is a 10th of the price. And I think it is a much more beautiful bag. I think this would get so many more comments and compliments than a mini Kelly. And I'm sorry, I know I'm not like an Hermes stan, so I get that a lot of people are gonna say, Nick, you know, mind your own business kind of thing. But I just think this is exceptional. Anyway, beautiful, 2,790, VAT included. Fabulous. Love this piece. Speaking of Hermes, I do like the odd Hermes piece. I do not own a single piece of Hermes, but I do like the odd Hermes piece. But my favorite piece from Hermes, the piece that if I could get my hands on one, it used to always be a large pink crocodile Birkin, like a Birkin 40 in pink crocodile. That has changed. I would get the Birkin Faubourg Tropical. I think it is absolutely exceptional. It is so pretty whilst being functional. It's gorge. This on a summer's day, this on a crisp winter's day, beautiful. I love white leather. I think it's beautiful. And I've been really wanting like a full white leather bag. I have my Mulberry Bayswater that has aspects, but I would love, I love. I think this is so beautiful and so exceptional and gorgeous and fabulous and all of the things. And it is very rare. It would be very expensive to try and get hands on, but I just think it's absolutely exceptional. Stunning, beautiful, all of the good things. And it's silver hardware. Love a silver hardware. I mean, they call it palladium, don't they? So, but in my word, it's silver. Anyway, let's go there. Let's go to Tods. Tods. This is practical. This is chic. This is pattern and print heavy. However, branding understated. And it is the Tods D-Bag Folio in Pony Effect Leather Medium Small. I mean, they're calling it medium small, but it's a 41 centimeter bag. This is a big old bag, but I think this is gorgeous. This is a great way of expressing personality while still maintaining practicality. £2,310. Todd's pieces aren't inexpensive. I think sometimes there is a feeling or a thought that they are less expensive than they are, but the quality is exceptional on the pieces. The branding is subtle and very elegant. They demand and command their price point. I do believe that wholeheartedly. But like I said, I think sometimes people have a perception that they sit lower on the brand pyramid than actually they really do or should. And of course, perception is an important thing. And I've just done the video that says luxury is in the eye of the beholder. So however you perceive a brand to be is how it is in your world. And that's absolutely fine. In my world, given the quality of the pieces, the way that they craft them, etc., Todd sits, you know, pretty stable in that brand pyramid. So, but I love this. I think that it is chic and elegant, but still fun and different, and I love it. Absolutely love it. Gorge. Next up, Michael Kors. I was struggling a little bit with Michael Kors, I'll be honest. I've never, ever been a Michael Kors fan. I think a lot of the Michael Kors pieces look very inexpensive. And they do sit at a reasonable price point. The piece that I'm showing you is £115, but I do think that they look it, unfortunately. And I would never go to Michael Kors over Longchamp, Marc Jacobs, Coach, Kurt Geiger. I would always go to those brands first. But I did think this was sweet. So this is the Tribeca Small Quilted Denim Shoulder Bag. It's in this lovely shade of pink, silver hardware, pretty subtle branding. This would be just a nice, simple crossbody bag. You could also throw that chain strap in there and use it as a bit of a clutch. Fairly inexpensive in the grand scheme of things. Nice enough piece. Nothing exceptional, but even at the full price of £275, what do you think? Do you agree, or was that do you vehemently disagree with me? Pops? Okay. We're not going to see eye to eye on this one, are we? But yeah, there we go. Let's move on now that she's inserted her opinion. Okay, Jimmy Choo. Jimmy Choo was a tough one, and there are two pieces from Jimmy Choo that are very, very different, but I was struggling between the two because I love them both. Let's start with a very classic, simple one. It is this black leather belted top handle bag. £2,195, diamond belted top handle large. Love it. This I would choose over the Prada belted bags any day, and it's half the price. I think it is so elegant, chic, sophisticated, practical, great for work. This is beautiful. Beautiful, simple, stylish sophistication. Well worth looking at. Absolutely adore it. And it's got some edge to it. I think it's fabulous. But I do also absolutely adore the Jimmy Choo clutches and this metallic dégradé glitter plexi clutch bag in rose gold, gold, and silver. Stunning. They also do this in a gradient of pink into silver and green into silver, I think. But I think this is stunning. And what I like about the mixture of gold, rose gold, and silver is that when it then comes to jewelry, you can then mix and match. Some people are quite hesitant about wearing gold and silver jewelry together. And if you have other accessories that are utilizing both gold and silver as part of the color palette, then that gives you a bit more grace when it comes to that. I personally wear both together. I predominantly wear silver, white, gold, palladium. However, I do have the odd gold piece of jewelry that I throw into the mix, and very gladly so. The Chanel 19 had a similar vibe, didn't it? Where it had the silver and the gold as part of links of the chain. But I think this is beautiful. £850, showstopper. This would be a bag that would get so many compliments, a lot of attention, and rightfully so. If you were looking for one evening clutch bag, this could be a great one. And it looks to be fairly practical. I like it very much. What are you doing? I win. I win the staring contest. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Good girl. Good girl. Okay. MCM. MCM's an interesting one because I like MCM. I like what they do as a brand. I love the quality. They were one of the brands, I think they still do, I will triple check this, but they were one of the brands that still used gold-plated hardware. And for the price point, that is a quality step that should be recognized. However, some of their recent designs have not hit the mark for me. And the one that, to be honest, was probably closest to what I would be looking for would be this R&Zip Hobo in Econal and monogram print leather, because I like the mixture of materials, I like the hobo style, I like the fact that it's almost this cargo-esque look and feel to it. It's a good price point, £710, could be good for day, could be good for work, could be good for travel. This is very multi-purpose, and I like that about it. If you were just looking for one, can do everything, sort of day work, sort of travel sort of bag, this could be a good one. Like this, I would see as a possible alternative to something like this. Different style, however, fulfilling a similar function. And actually, in fairness, the MCM probably does it in a slightly more practical way, but I do like it. I do like it. I have to say I do like it. But MCM was a bit of a struggle for me. I recently sold one of my PVC Iron shoppers. I still have one. Love that piece. Won't be moving on that piece. But the other one just needed to go. It wasn't so much my style. I don't look at MCM as much anymore. And also because they don't have the outlet at Bicester, sometimes I might have a quick peek when I'm in London. But the MCM store is a little bit further on than some of the other stores. So I don't find myself gravitating towards it quite so much. So yeah, it's a brand that I like, but I did struggle a little bit here to find an absolute favourite. There was a lot that sat in the it's okay category. Kenzo. I like Kenzo. I like Kenzo clothing. I do have one Kenzo bag, which is a really, really good practical clutch bag. Where are you? Is this you? This is my Kenzo clutch bag, and I really like it. And I think that this Kenzo Mura large clutch is a very understated, easy, chic alternative to the one that I've got. It's £135, white clean, easy to use, not too heavily branded. Just if you're looking for a grab and go, fairly plain, but still got a little bit of detail to it, clutch, pouch, wristlet, then I think this is the one for you. Again, there wasn't anything within Kenzo that I went, oh my goodness, that's stolen my heart. There wasn't. But some nice pieces nonetheless. I prefer at the moment their clothing to their accessories, but also they've started to move away a little bit from their signature tiger prints and all of that, which is what I'm very much into. So let's see how long I'm sticking with Kenzo. Yeah, nice piece nonetheless. Dolce & Gabbana. Dolce & Gabbana is a tricky one because they have a slightly challenging history, don't they, with the luxury community? Unfortunately, a lot of quite damaging incidents. So they are a brand that a lot of people understandably turned their back on. And I agree wholeheartedly that if a brand does not align with your values, stepping away is okay. But I also do believe that brands and the people within them are allowed to change. So whilst I don't actively shop myself at Dolce & Gabbana often, I don't even know, do I only own Dolce & Gabbana? I think I own the odd piece from many years ago. But we're talking 6-7 years old. I haven't bought from Dolce & Gabbana in many years. But I know that some people still do and still actively really like the pieces. So I want to share what my favourite of their collection is. And would I go back to shopping with them? Yeah, I would, because as I said, I believe that brands and the people within them are allowed to change. And I also believe that the mistakes made by one or a handful of individuals shouldn't discredit a whole organisation of hard-working individuals whose core values probably do absolutely align with your own. It's just unfortunately the voice of one individual that can make a really big difference. So that's kind of where I stand on that. But the piece that I wanted to talk about is the large Sicily, and I love it in this denim. I think it's fun. It has almost a Moschino-esque vibe to it, doesn't it? I really like this. £1,900. It's fun and playful. It's practical. It's easy. I could see how this could be used in a casual setting and a formal setting. Because imagine, okay, white t-shirt and jeans. Great. Denim on denim. That's almost the easy bit. Styling this with a really well-fitted, tailored suit. Put this on as a little bit of playful whimsy and ease and bringing a casual nature to the outfit. There you go. Sometimes challenge it. I think part of the fun with fashion is challenging yourself and looking at pieces that on the surface do not appear to fit for a certain outfit, a certain event, a certain approach, but then you find your way of making them work for your personal style. I think that's what fashion's all about, and I think that's a lot of fun. So there we go, Dolce & Gabbana. There's that one. Marc Jacobs. Marc Jacobs. Now, I've been asked many times, why don't I own the tote bag? And because people say they bring them out in great colours and patterns and prints, and that people could see me with one. I don't disagree. I don't disagree that they bring them out in some great versions. The problem that I've got is whenever I go into a Marc Jacobs store and I have a look at the two, the medium is too small for me, and then the large, I don't like the fact that it's a long shoulder versus just being a bigger top handle. Now, that's obviously working for them and their market and how they're creating them. That's absolutely fine. But what that means is that the tote bag isn't for me. However, if they were to bring something out that was a top handle in a larger size, wholeheartedly, I would go for it. I like what they have done. I like the quality. I think they've done a really nice job with it. So I would be happy to look into that. But at the moment, it just doesn't work very well for me. Although I have saying that though, been looking at more of their like camera bags and things like that. Sort of more crossbody-esque styles. But I've got my mom on, and to be honest, I could see myself just buying another Marmont. I could. So, but anyway, the one that I really like that's available right now is the Hattie Stewart by Marc Jacobs Puffy Nylon Large Tote Bag. Love the print, love how fun this is, love that it's really playful and different, and I like the fact that the tote bag is blended a little bit more. Sometimes I can find that a little bit OTT, dependent on the colour or the pattern or the print that's on the bag. I like it. I like the fact that it is a material. I'm a big fan of nylon, denim, etc. As you know, I have a good mixture, I would say, of leather pieces, coated canvas, denim, fabrics, nylons. So yeah, I like that very much. This is fun, this is different, this is playful, a little bit of whimsy, nice piece. Then let's go to Cartier, and this is absolutely gorgeous. Yellow is a very popular colour at the moment, and this small model handle bag, Panthère de Cartier, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous, £3,500. It's got this absolutely stunning C, which is the panther. Gorgeous. It's very simple in its design, but it has these beautiful curves that they've created, which make it formal while still having an aspect of ease to it. And it's in this beautiful yellow, and I love the fact that it has this slight ridging to it, how they have slightly indented into the leather to create this almost wave feel. It just has a very simple elegance to it. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Now, I think you can do a crossbody strap with this as well. So the color could be daytime, but could also be evening. Love the silver hardware, love the attention to detail, love the fact that it's more of an accordion style. Very, very pretty bag, very, very pretty bag. The closest thing I probably have to that in my collection is my Prada, but my Prada is a much bigger bag than that. This Cartier one is a lot more sophisticated than my Prada bag is. It's gorgeous. I love it. Very simple, and it's proof that simplicity can be exceptional. Okay, we are getting through, I promise. Next up, I couldn't choose a design. Dior book tote. Now, it's funny, isn't it? Because if I was going to buy a Dior bag, I would buy a large lady Dior. However, do I think they are the most beautiful bags that they create? I do not. Do I think there are some stunning smaller Lady Diors? Absolutely. I believe that wholeheartedly. But I love, love, love the Dior book totes. I think they're gorgeous. And I couldn't decide between this Dior Lucky Medium Dior book tote. I think the colours are stunning. The pastels, chef's kiss. Love this blue. Absolutely stunning with the Toile de Joie print. Beautiful. And then you also have this multicolored Dior Pivione embroidery. Gorgeous. Love. All of them are stunning. All of them are stunning. Now, I know that the book tote has been at the centre of some controversy because people question the price point versus the price it costs. Can you tell I'm a little bit tired? I can't quite get my words out properly. People question the price point that it is sold at versus what its cost price would be to make. Now, I think when it comes to luxury, you could question that with every piece. So I try to put that to the back of my mind. But yeah, I think as long as they rectify some of the issues that came to light, was it at the start of the year, then whatever they're going to sell the pieces for is whatever they're going to sell them for. But, you know, as I said, rectify the topics that came up in recent, not so recent months. But yeah, I think they're gorgeous. I've always said about wanting sort of a Dior book tote style bag. I've now got this off the grid, which absolutely fulfills that function. I also have the fabulous PVC Valentino bag that Dale sent me. So I've now got two that fulfill that function in different ways, but fulfill that function. So I'm good, but I wanted to highlight this. I think it's gorgeous, but I also think some of the smaller Lady Dior's are beautiful too. Ralph Lauren, I think the most beautiful Ralph Lauren bag that I've ever seen was when I was recently at Bicester and I showed you this absolutely stunning Ralph Lauren Ricky. It was gorgeous. The colour was perfect. The size was fabulous. The trimming, beautiful. It was £1,300, something along those lines. If I had a need for that bag, maybe I should have bought it. No, I'm on a decluttering journey. No, but it is gorgeous. It is gorgeous, but it would be different. There wouldn't be anything I could let go in lieu of that. But it is beautiful. But yeah, stunning. I really like the Ricky as a style, and I think this is the most exceptional version I've ever seen, and it's one of the least expensive I've ever seen. So there we go. Loves me a deal. Okay, let's talk about Lacoste. This is good fun. Lacoste, you know, some good value, fairly inexpensive bags. Again, they probably sit in a similar price point to your Longchamps, your Kurt Geigers, all of that kind of stuff. But when I talk Longchamp, I'm talking sort of nylon pieces, not the leather, etc. But this is fun. This is the large Lenglen leather bag, and I believe this is meant to look like one of the tennis skirts. Fun, novel, you know, especially coming out of the summer season where there's been a lot of tennis and all of that kind of stuff. It's fun. So hey, why not? Why not? Right. We have two more to go. Saint Laurent. I don't look at Saint Laurent very often. I'm not really a Saint Laurent person. However, I could see myself one day maybe trading in a Bayswater to buy myself a Sac de Jour. And I really, really like this Sac de Jour medium in supple grain leather in the colour Storm. It is simple, chic, elegant, sophisticated, timeless. Love the fact that it's neutral, but is an interesting neutral. Fabulous. Really, really love it. I have seen many beautiful Sac de Jours over the years. When I was in Paris, actually, considering how much I loathe the colour red, I was quite drawn to, there was this very sort of bright scarlet red Sac de Jour. It was very striking. I've also seen them in beautiful pinks, etc. Nice piece. But this Storm, fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. Practical, easy, nice bag. Love. And let's round things out with another brand that makes artwork. And this is Bulgari, and this is the Serpenti Forever Day to Night shoulder bag. This is £5,050, so it is not inexpensive, but it is beautiful. Look at how intricate this is. Look at how they have done that chain to make it look like scales of the snake. The absolutely stunning emblem on the front. This is stunning. Absolutely stunning. And the fact that they call it Day to Night, I can see it. I can see how this could be used with a black tie outfit. I could see how this could be used for a cocktail party. I see how this could be used for running about during the day. Would I feel comfortable running about during the day with this? No, but it's nice to have the option. It is fabulous. Now, would I buy this over the Roberto Cavalli? No, I would actually buy the Roberto Cavalli over this particular piece. And it is because that would be more my style and more my vibe. It is also £2,000 less expensive, and we all know I love a deal. However, Bulgari makes some fabulous, fabulous pieces. I can see why people covet them and want to own them. Can I ever see myself owning a Bulgari piece? I don't think so. I don't know that it's where my money would go. I would sooner buy, like I said, a Roberto Cavalli piece. I would actually probably buy one of the Cartier pieces as well ahead of that. Maybe even a Judith Lieber before I went to Bulgari. However, can I appreciate them wholeheartedly? Yes. Absolutely yes. And this is exceptional. this would never fail to get attention. This would never fail to pick up a compliment, and deservedly so. And again, when I think about some of the other pieces that people buy, whatever people want to buy is completely their decision. But this over, for example, a small Chanel flat bag, if you were going for a maybe more intricate Chanel flat bag, those run what, 7, 8, 9, 10,000 pounds if you're lucky. Some of the ones in Paris, 17,000 euros. And honestly, they looked like a children's artwork project in some instances. This just oozes beauty and elegance and quality and stunning. So yeah, if it was the case of spending, you know, £8,000 on a glittery Chanel mini versus £5,000 on this. So there we have it, everyone. That was probably a fairly lengthy video. We included a lot, we talked about a lot. Thank you so much for joining me. I think what I will do next is start to look at maybe some of my least favorite bags from these particular brands and weave that into the content schedule. But I hope that you've enjoyed. If there are any particular brands that you know I have glaringly missed that you would like me to pick up on, please do let me know. I can either do another dedicated video if there are enough of them, or I can weave them into other videos. One that I know I forgot, for example, is Pucci. So I can definitely do that. You let me know. Thank you so much as always for watching. I look forward to seeing my next video. Take care, everyone. Bye now.